Alright. With that, moving on to the Voyager OP event overview. Year of Hell. And poor little Janeway in her all alone on the bridge of her completely destroyed ship, staring out into the abyss at the Krenim time ship. And seriously, Krenim time ship should have some kind of bonuses in this scenario, but it doesn't. That makes me sad.
Only way would
isn't theoretically what's supposed to be happening literally an upgrade on the Krenim time ship? Isn't it like a temporal wavefront approaching or something?
Yeah. It's the weapon that erases a planet. In this game, which does not in this game, erasing a planet takes 9 attack dice. I don't remember what it's called because no one's ever going to use it, and it's only range 3, but it's there.
Okay. Anyway, this scenario. Tell us what it does.
In this scenario, why do you have 2 missions besides the play area? I don't know. It doesn't really seem to matter. But in this scenario, you have the temporal wavefront, which starts at range 3 from the eastern edge of the board. Am I correct?
Yes.
Range 2 from the eastern edge of the board.
Whatever. Who cares?
And it represents the spatial distortion wave. Because we love technobabble. Or Star Trek.
That's definitely an upgrade. Hold on.
All of our pseudoscience technobabble. Every turn at the end of each phase? That can't be right.
Whoa, seriously?
End of each end phase.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, okay.
End of each end phase. Place an additional mission token beside the play area. For each mission token, it increases the reach of the spatial distortion wave for 1 additional range. So, 3 mission tokens represents range 3 from the edge of the board. Then range 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Finally 9, where everything is engulfed and dead. And
We
life
totally have a spatial distortion tech upgrade.
And life is great. But, so, for spatial distortion wave, let's see. During the activation phase, any ship that is caught within the wave, i.e. whose base is within the appropriate range of the east edge of the play area, must immediately roll 4 attack dice and suffer terrible things. And let's see, prior to taking any actions. So, the things that can happen are, you can take a critical directly to your hull. You can take a hit, which hit your shields or hull, assuming if you have shields left or not. Battle stations will remove an upgrade card from the ship, the owner's choice. If there are no upgrades left on the ship, remove the captain card, blah, 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 blah. This is remove. However, this is the same wording, if I recall, that they used in Collective OP1, which means it counts as being discarded. If this is the case, Wei Yun becomes a factor here. If it does not, I don't know what I'm doing anymore with my life.
And that's basically that. That's basically the rest. That's it, right? Like the rules are that and destroy your opponent.
And
temporal shields.
Yep. You can. Okay. Here's the best part. Roll the dice and apply the effect prior to taking any actions.
Yeah.
Temporal shields. You may take an action to disable your remaining active shields and change the effect of the spatial distortion wave, which you already rolled because it happened before you took an action.
I'm assuming it works like the scan token for cloaked mines.
Except the cloaked mines doesn't specifically say prior to taking any actions.
Yeah, it's...
Shut up.
It's poor wording. It says by spending your action.
Yeah. But assuming that it works as intended instead of working as worded, which is a thing that happens a lot in this game, if you spend your action, disable all of your remaining active shields, you only roll 1 attack die. Instead of 4.
So, can I offer a theory?
4 is a lot. You can have a theory, sir.
Theory?
We love theories.
Okay.
I've got a
I
theory.
realize this is going to sound crazy, but since this is an OP where you have a restricted amount of the board to play with, this might be the time for cloaked mines to shine.
What? That's ridiculous. This is totally nothing at all like the Tholian web where you're stuck in close quarters and have to destroy the opponent or risk getting destroyed by the board.
Or the other one, that was the resistance one, or the Q one where being near the edge of the board can be bad. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing out the possibility.
It
this might be the one where cloaked mines are finally good.
I think they're certainly going to be good. I think it's going to be similar to RIF3 where it's just you're just going to joust, right? There's no.
Yeah.
I guess you could build your fleet to have an advantage when it's inside the distortion, but
I mean, I'm feeling kind of like trolling my opponents and starting inside the wave with Wayoon and Glendaro on a ship.
I mean, you could do that. You could also take ships that have no shields.
Or Wayoon, something with Regenerate, Ogawa, and Lenalis. So that lets me get my actions.
even if you have no shields and a way to get your actions, if that's a crit, that's still bad, right?
Well, yeah, but
So
if you're onto something that can regenerate, you're fine.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Wait, hold up. When you're rolling the 4 dice, do you take the result for each die of damage?
Yes.
That looks what it sounds like.
So, how would regenerate help if you're spending your action?
Hush. Shut up, Tucker.
No, but
Yeah.
seriously, this is. I think the better comparison is probably Dominion War OP6. If you go to the right side of the board, DS9 will shoot you.
Right.
Yeah. Get shot. Unless you're the only one on DS9, which is hilarious.
You want to build a jousting fleet.
Joust.
Yeah.
With closed minds.
You want to build a jousting fleet and have a shuttle stay in the wavefront, okay? Make them chase after you into the wavefront. That's totally going to be a legit strategy, and I feel like it's not going to blow up in your face.
No, it's not.
Objective, destroy all of your opponent's ships. At the end of the game, each player gains +5 fleet
Will
points
is
for
just
each...
saying that in case he plays any...
At the end of the game, each player gains 5 fleet points for each additional critical hit token that is on top of the opposing player's ship cards. How do you get critical hit tokens?
Just the normal ones that you get.
You get critical hit tokens when you get critical hits. Yeah.
And then there's a.
But
there's
those
a
don't
rule
go
in
on
there-
your ship cards. Hold on, there was something I missed.
There's something in there that says if a ship is destroyed, all its critical hit tokens are transferred to another ship.
You place a critical hit token on the ship card when you use the action to lessen the damage from the temporal wavefront.
Ah, okay.
So if you actually stick in the region of the temporal wavefront, you're actually giving your opponent points. I lied. Just go ahead and just joust them. There is no reason to deal with the scenario at all. Again.
Joust, cloaked mines.
In fact, this encourages
Familiar to anyone?
dreadnought builds. Because if the wavefront does engulf the entire board, every time you want to survive and not, die, you're going to take this action to try to reduce the damage from the temporal wavefront, and you're giving your opponent 5 points. Never take this action. Ever. If your opponent does it once, that's fine. Let the wavefront destroy both of you simultaneously, and you will win on fleet points. This seems like a fairly poorly thought out scenario now that I go through it again.
It's a joust with cloaked mines with a scenario that's broken. I mean, have we heard that before anywhere?
Nah. On the bright side, you don't have to worry about any shenanigans like somebody's crazy super maneuvering bioships. Never saw that one before.
Open joust is fine with me. I don't have to worry about that scout cube.
Can I make a suggestion?
Fighters.
This is, yes, also, obviously. But here's the thing, okay? I am going to suggest that for every OP going forward, we recommend to people who play OPs should you run this or should you run the world scenario with 2 planets? I think the answer is 2 planets.
2 planets, 1 OP.
Please stop.
2 planets, 1 op.
No, but what I'm saying is, in all seriousness, like, this isn't something we talk about, but TOs, you don't technically have to run the scenario. Like,
oh, and I know there's a lot of them that actually don't, because I guess I probably should have put that in the community thing from last week, but I've talked to a lot of TOs that are like, okay, we'll run OP events, but we'll also run whatever event the heck we want and make it up as we go along and give the prizes out that way.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying TOs, if you're lazy, just look up the World Championship format and run that. It was super fun.
And I as a perhaps damning with faint praise, WizKids is at least good at making it pretty clear that they don't mind that. In fact, they encourage the TOs to sort of stray if that's what their player base wants to do.
They encourage anything that keeps players in their game that they don't have to do.
That's right.
But, like, I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. This is a prize ship with nothing you want in a scenario that's kind of terrible. Like, don't feel bad staying home.
And it's just an episode OP. It doesn't contribute toward any grand prizes.
Yeah.
Wow. That is entirely true.
There's the thrill of battle.
There's the emergency force field. But if no one goes to the OPs, they probably find it on eBay for $1 since it's just a card. It's another one of those just a card resources.
Yeah.
I'd buy that for $1.
Plus shipping. But, yeah, I guess there's not really much else to say about the event, then. Like, this is a joust. It's hilarious that I've talked. There's been more people coming up with hey, the game's not all about rolling the most attack dice you can, and then seeing what happens. And in this case, it kind of is.
Okay, wait, hold up. This is not a terrible place. I'm going to plug my podcast here. This is not a terrible place to take the Pegasus build I did earlier this week.
The Pegasus? Oh, right.
Yeah. Well,
is that the one that required the spreadsheet?
No. This one, hear me out, okay? What you do is you take Damar and you take 2 specialized shields, right? And then you take Sakona and multi-kinetic neutronic mines and just use the white come-abouts to hit them every turn. But you're immune to the mine damage.
I like it. That's fun. That's what I want to do.
That's Peter's dream, getting those mines to work.
Right? But it works for this OP. It works for this OP, though. It totally works for this OP, though, because restricted space. So what are you going to do? But
what about your other 2 ships?
Like, look, who cares?
Kill everything. Let Khan sort it out.
Generally, whatever ship is in the mines, you know where it's going to be, and it gets blown up pretty quick. But it's still sweet.
The other thing you should take in this scenario is obviously DS9 or the giant board cube.
Absolutely. That's tech right there. That's next level.
Oh, I mean, especially in restricted space, they're definitely going to be on your base, so they'll never get actions.
I'm going to be victorious or dead before that temporal wavefront ever gets near my ships every single time. I'll tell you that right now.
Yep. Alright, so, I mean, I guess that's kind of it for the scenario, but we do have news! Good news! Kind of good news? I don't know. Tucker, do you have it? Tucker is going on his Battle Station podcast for all kinds of wonderful things, so if you want an official spot to continue your advertisement, now is the time. And his phone tells us no.
So I'm doing this
Never mind.
crazy thing called Battle Station where I take an underused ship and underused cards and what? What was you gonna say?
I was going to say that you weren't talking, but apparently you are. Keep going.
Will?
Keep going. I hear you. He's on like a 30-second delay now or something.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. It's bad. Well, it's a lot of fun. It's not for competitive stuff like at all, but it's silly and it lets you take a look at how to use and combo underused cards in the game. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Cool. Joseph, when you starting your own podcast? Because it seems like everyone's doing it these days.
I'm spinning off the Joseph Vandergaard Variety Hour.
Well, you'd have the cornering on the Canadian market since Terry's gone.
What was that, Will?
I said you'd have a corner on the Canadian market since Terry's pretty much gone.
Yeah, that's true. On to bigger things. No, I'm strictly on air talent. I can't do the back end. It's not for me.
You're just there to look pretty, darn it. But yeah, Pinecone asking Tucker, how's your grandfather doing?
So he's not in any immediate danger, but like it's we're at the point where I mean he's 80 something. It's like something like this is always going to happen, and you know he's stable, but we're looking into hospice care. He's he's coming home to a hospital bed. So he's alive, and I'm gonna try and get to see him as soon as I can. But like
he's doing about as good as you can expect from someone who's super old.
Situation. Yeah, basically yes, and I mean we're sealing ourselves for the reality that we're now in the phase where I am if I got an email calling me over there, I would not be surprised.
Gotcha.
So thank you very much for asking. Actually, that means a lot.
All right. Any other Star Trek related news? Tournaments? Tucker, did you ever find out actual Star Trek people near you?
Oh my God! I played in an OP. And I won too.
He's back.
Obviously. Yes, I read somewhere that you found an OP. Was that in the chat that we were having? That you found an OP event where there were absolutely no restrictions?
Oh my God! It was 120 points, no restrictions, no wharf, no Borg errata, no suggested format, and the entry was free. I played a Wayun Varel cube, a Wayun Varel cube with Borg missile, and it was glorious. With a flagship,
Flagships.
No resource retirement either. Like it was.
Wow.
Oh my God.
The glory days.
Oh my God! It was the glory. The glory.
It was Wolf 359 all over again.
Yeah.
Anyway, needless to say, I mean, I played one guy who played Street Klingons. That did not go well for him. And the second guy I played was a Voyager Dreadnought, and that had me worried up until I hit him with Borg missile.
Good old missile.
So, here's the question: you won, then we can assume.
Yes, I said that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
That's cool.
I have a second hood now, which is good. I have a second copy of Systems Upgrade in Type 8.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Tucker's a winner. He's got events. Joseph, how are events going up by you guys?
Oh, wait. I have to tell you a funny story. Story. Okay, there was one card I needed for my build, and it was the one card I could not find anywhere I looked until after the tournament started. Guess what card?
Leonalis?
Leonalis.
I know that build card effect from Worlds.
He's a slippery fellow.
Typhon wants to know where was it, Tucker?
Albuquerque, New Mexico. Active Imagination.
Cool. Active Imagination. You guys got free advertising. Go play Star Trek there.
And there is theoretically an OP there next weekend as well. They're trying to play catch up because they're kind of behind.
Gotcha.
So
and put it on the event system so people actually know it exists.
Right. Well, I don't know if I can, but I
know you can.
There and that is my birthday.
Ooh.
So if you want to come by Active Imagination this Sunday, July 26th at 12 o'clock.
There'll be cake.
And play Attack Wing with me. I know you can't, but like if anybody listens.
flagships, no suggested rules format. Don't count Will out. He might be there. His triple attack cancer could be back.
I would totally pay like $500 for a plane ticket and a hotel room just so I could win a $20 OP prize.
Oh, did I mention I had Dispersion Field and Cost?
Oh, God. Joseph, please bring us back to sanity because you're the only other person that's been playing OP events on this podcast.
I haven't had one. They're coming up. I have one on Monday, and then the one at the other store got delayed. The kit didn't come in yet. So.
And that's for what, QOP3?
Yeah. Well, I have a QOP2 on Monday and a QOP3 in the next couple weeks. So.
Cool. So if you're still in the queues, you're not that far behind, which is cool. I, on the other hand, am way behind because we haven't had anything since the end of Resistance. I take it back. They have been doing stuff down in St. Pete, but oh my gosh, it's just such a long drive.
How far?
I drive to Albuquerque. Shut your pie hole.
How far is it to Albuquerque?
50 miles.
I've got 80 miles through rush hour downtown traffic.
Oh, that's terrible. Never mind.
That's why the Rays will never be a popular team, I guess.
It's sad and it's unfortunate, but yeah. With Next Wave, as for news in the Star Trek in general, Next Wave is coming soon. We've already had the Tong preview, so Vrax and Thunderchild should be coming up soon. I'm actually surprised we didn't have one yesterday, or was that the Tong?
That was
The Tong came out on Sunday, I think. So yeah.
Okay. I lose track of days sometimes because I'm busy playing my games. I'm going through my Steam library, and Steam libraries are always fun, I know. I'm sure no one else has a Steam library backlog.
I don't, actually. I just have Sunless Sea and Star Trek Online.
That's better than I am, at least.
Well, it's because I'm poor.
But that's what Steam summer sales are for. Games for $1.49.
I mostly just play Mario Brothers 1. That's the most perfect game of them all. My controllers are starting to die, though.
Alright, so I think that's going to do it for Star Trek news. Nothing else really big coming up immediately. Nice little change of pace. But next week...
Steven Toons' Gen Con thing. It's this Thursday, I think.
Gotcha. Gen Con. Maybe there will be some news and stuff from Gen Con. Maybe we'll get more ship previews and stuff. It'd be fun. Early Thunderchilds and Vraxes would be cool, but WizKids probably isn't making an appearance.
Well, no. Rumor has it that WizKids will be there. They won't have a booth and they won't be selling exclusives, but there will be events. And rumor has it they're awarding this wave as prizes, so we may actually get early ships.
Which would be a nice change, aside from the early prizes that we were also promised in regionals and in Worlds that never happened.
I know, shut up, I'm trying to get my hopes up.
I've got a football for you to kick, Tucker.
I got a bridge I want to sell you, Tucker. Alright, guys. Alright, I think that's going to do it for today. Thank you all for joining us. Nice reviews. Hope you get a nice, wonderful time to play Year of Hell and just joust at each other, because that's what's going to happen.
And turn off your car lights before you leave.
Yes, you should always do that. This public service announcement brought to you by State of the Federation, where we hope you get to play more Star Trek Attack Wing. And until then, may Q be generous with your dice. Have a good night, everybody.
State of the Federation is a production of Will Sanchez, Tucker Kobe, and Joseph Bandu. We are not associated nor affiliated with WizKids NECA Games, and all opinions are our own except where otherwise expressly stated. All copyrights are copyright the respective rights.